This video explains how to set up sites from a generic site. And let me explain what a generic site is. A generic site looks like this. It will always have generic information like this phone number, meaning 555, 555, 5555. That will eventually get changed when all this information is copied to a target site. And a target site is a site where we are creating our next domain for the niche. So whenever we have a domain for a new city in the same niche, that's called a target site. And so this Rug Cleaning Pros, this is the generic site where it's sort of the skeleton that goes onto the target site, and then you change different things like the phone numbers and you add content and such. And what we're looking to do is for it to look somewhat similar to this, and this is sort of a model of what we're looking at. And when I say model, I'm speaking more specifically in terms of how the content looks. So you see how the content looks here with the pictures next to it and such, and then these phone numbers and all that. So that's kind of what we're striving for and look. As far as the background right here that looks like carpeting and this green and all, that may change as we go throughout, so we're not modeling that. Mostly right now we're modeling this look of the pictures and the text. As you can see, this is the home page of the generic site, which will be the home page also of the target site. Now if you notice, we have more links up here. These are different pages on the website. So there's city rug cleaning, carpet cleaning, oriental, Persian, and airy rugs, upholstery, pet owner stain removal. The service area and the contacts us are pages that we use, that Google wants us to use. So that's what we do there, is use those. Now the reason this says city is for whatever city we're going to put this in, like if we're putting in, say, New York, New York, then this city would be changed to New York Rug Cleaning. Or if it was in Houston, it would say Houston Rug Cleaning. So that's one of those generic things that will need changed. These will not need changed. You also need to know that these pages that have to do with carpet cleaning are called silo pages. They are related to carpet cleaning, but they are not the main page. They are what I call silo pages, and we'll be putting content on them also. And the content that's on there right now looks like this, where it says text all over the place like this. They generally will not have pictures unless you know differently later on, and they are important because they're going to help us rank. The service area pages will have a map that looks like this, and then they'll have all this other information. The map will always change because it'll be for the newest city. Contact us. We'll always have the phone number of the target site. Now when we copy the generic information to the target site, initially the phone number will always be this 555 number here, because it takes a while for the website to rank on the page 1, and while it's ranking there, nobody's going to see it, and there's no reason to have the phone number on there and pay for it. So once it's ranking, then we will change that phone number on that site, and we'll go in and do that. The reason it shows right now is because this hasn't been changed to the 555, which we're going to do before this becomes a complete generic site to be copied to the target site. Now next, this is where we keep the generic sites, and it's at leadgensites.info. And then we're going to set up a directory, and this is where we keep the information. Anytime we need to make changes, for whatever reason, we will make them here on the generic site, so that future sites will be correct. And we're going to set up a directory for each niche. And so, because this is rug cleaning, this directory is called rug. And we've also got other niches like lawyers and divorce and that kind of thing. So each one will have its own directory. At the time of this recording, the only directory we have right now is rug, but there will be other ones that probably say divorce, and then we'll have information, or the generic site about divorce, that we can copy to other sites, and as well as other niches. Now, the next thing is this site has a bunch of plugins in it, and when you click on the plugins page, you'll see this, because this is where we're at right here, and it shows all the various plugins. These are the ones we'll be using as of this recording for what we're doing. The big thing about the plugins on this site is this one right here, the blastema backup. If we go to backup files on here, this shows the files that are backed up. And what we want to do is, as long as this generic site is up to date so we can put it on our target site, then all the information we have on this site is just fine. And generally the backups from this are going to be stored in the rug cleaning folder under generic backup. So here we are in the Dropbox. This is the first thing you see. Then when you go to websites, you go to rug cleaning, and then we'll look in generic backup. And this is where we're going to store the information we need from here, so we don't have to go here all the time to get another backup. So I'm going to back up right now so you can see what we need to do. It's saying backup process was started. Be patient, it can take some time, so we'll have to wait for it to be done, but I'll pause this until it is done. Okay, now we're back and the backup is done. So what we're going to do is just click on that right there, left click. And it's going to ask us where we want to save it. And notice it's a zip file. So I'm going to save it right where I was telling you, in the generic backup file under rug cleaning, because this is a rug cleaning deal here. And actually what I'm going to, I was going to change the name to rug cleaning to make it consistent, but I think we'll be okay because we know it's under that folder. And there it is right there. And that's really all you need to do with this site. Most of the time you won't have to do anything here. It may be me or whoever to come here and make a few changes, and if so, all we're going to do is make the changes, back it up, and then copy that file over to here, so that you only have to come here to get all the backup information and install it on the new domain. So next we want to close this out and go to the target site where we're going to put the new stuff. Now here I am in the target site. When you get here, you need to clean it out of everything. We want to get rid of any posts like that. We want to get rid of any pages. Here's a sample page, we'll trash that. Plugins, I'm not sure, let's see. We can get rid of that. We don't need the Hello Dolly. And as you can see, I've already put in the blastema backup, but I'm going to redo it so you can see what we need to do. So we're at the plugins. We're going to click on Add New. we're going to upload, and this should be in the Dropbox file under plugins and themes. I think it's also located in the instructions under the backup stuff or the cloning, but it's also here. So there's the blastema backup. So we'll click on there and we'll click open. Click on install. Once it's installed, you activate it, and there it is there. Now that it's here, you're going to see over here to the left. Sometimes when you put in plugins, you'll see them listed over here, and sometimes you'll see them under the settings. So if you put your cursor over settings, you'll see some of the plugins in here, which you'll see later. So we want to go to the blastema backup, and we'll just change this to once weekly, which is fine for these sites, I think. We'll update that. Now what we want to do is bring in that file that we saved that is now in the generic backup. We want to bring this file into our target site so that we can create all, put the generic information on here, and then we can change as we need to. So I believe what we're doing is going to backup files, which we were at underneath blastema backup, and we go look for the generic backup. Here it is right there. We're going to click open, and now it shows you right here that's the file that we just chose. Now we're going to upload, and while it's uploading, we're going to wait for that to do its thing. Okay, it backed it up, and here it is right here. That's the file name. That's the one that we had in our generic file. Remember, it says www.legionsites.info, etc. And that's the same one there, legionsites.info. Now we need to restore it, so we'll click on restore. That's what we really want to do, that, and we do. And when you do that, then it closes it out, and then it wants you to log back in. And so the admin changes to what the admin was from the generic site. As of this recording, the admin may have changed, so you'll need to ask what the username is for this whenever you do these, and you'll go from there. Okay, so now we're logged back in, and what I like to do is just kind of make sure everything is gone okay. So I'm going to create another tab so I can see if everything looks good. As you can see, this is a blank page, and the reason is the backup thing does not bring everything from the generic site, which is this. It doesn't bring everything over to the backup or to the target site. So what we have to do is add a couple things to make it work correctly. The first thing we need to do is go to Appearance and then Themes, and we need to add a theme. Actually, it's already there. That's the one we're looking for. Okay, I just told you wrong. I was looking at the generic site. See here, we're at legionsites.info, and it's already there. But it is not at our new site here, so we need to add it. It says the active theme is broken, reverting to default theme. So probably what we need to do is upload the theme, and it's going to be in plugins and themes. So we're looking for call zoo WP themes. That's the one that we want. Let's install now. I'm going to activate it. There it is there. Let's see if we can see everything. Okay. So when you don't see it at first, the reason is because for some reason the blastema doesn't bring it over to into the theme area. So that's what you have to do. Now here is the Legion sites. This is our generic site. This one to your left, where my arrow is here, this is the target site. So as you can see, they are pretty much the same. Okay? Now one thing you might notice is this right here says as featured on, and it has BBB, Fox News, Judy's Book, etc. This is an image. And it's not over here because it's something we have to manually do to upload, which we'll show you in a little bit. Okay, so here we are in the target site. Next thing we want to do is go to the plugins, and we want to upload what's called the lily pad plugin. So we're going to add new. And that'll be, of course, in the plugins and themes in the Dropbox. There's lily pad right there. We're going to install that. Activate it. As you can see, it is now in the plugins. And here it is to your left, where we do the manager. And now we got to get the license key and put that in. And the license key is located under Websites Miscellaneous Info. If you go to Master Logins, it's under the main key right here. And see, here's the lily pad plugin manager right here. And really what I need to do is put an orange on that. I put an orange on the title of these things so that, like, if you were looking for something, you could look at the titles and see if that's where you want. So if you're looking for the PBN information, there it is, or GoDaddy, Spin Rewriter, that kind of thing. So that should help navigate that a little bit. Now here is the license key here. So you come over here and you just copy that, hit Control C is what I do, and then put the key in there. Now when you copy that, you may accidentally copy a space to the left of here, because see, if I hit my arrow key, there's a space there, and sometimes you'll accidentally copy that. And if you do, I'll put a space in here and I'll show you. It's going to say it's the wrong license key. Right here it says invalid license key. So check to the very right to see if there's a space, and usually there's not a space, but you can hit your right arrow key, and if it doesn't move, you're good. Or check to the very left and see if there are any spaces. Put it right next to your first letter, and then hit your backspace key and get rid of any spaces or dashes or whatever, and click activate, and then we're good to go. Now here's what's really neat about this plugin. This is a plugin that manages all the other plugins from one area. So we click on the SEO tab. We want it to click the all-in-one SEO pack, the tags, the sitemap. Those are the three we want to choose on here, and I think what I'm going to do is remove these others, so there's all you'll have to do is just pick all these on here. So Next time you see this, perhaps you'll only see these. So, but if not, just choose the three I told you, which are the all-in-one SEO pack, WP SEO tags, Google XML sitemaps. Click install. So it's installing those plugins. Then go to the landing page tab. You're not going to do anything there. Security. We want this one and this one. Probably this one. I haven't done anything with this yet, but we want to install it whenever we want to start using it. So it's going to install those. And then we go to utilities. We want to disable comments. That's the only one we want there. So we're going to install there. Go to the custom tab. We're going to want that one, that one. This one's already installed on the other one. This, that. So the ones we want are exclude pages, link juice keeper, SEO Zen, RS testimonials, Calzoo plugin, legal pages. Click install. Once it's done, it shows these and we can activate, activate. That's probably what we should have done on these others. Okay, that's already activated. Security. Activate. 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 Landing page, we didn't have anything, I don't think. SEO. Activate. 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 WP frogs. That's all done. Okay, now we'll go to the plugins. And all the plugins that we need are there. Now if it says there's a new version of something, then we want to update that. So you just click on update and look for any that need updated. Now the plugins are ready. So let's check a couple of things. If I go to all-in-one SEO, this should have the exact same thing as the generic site, and it does. So once we get started changing things, we're going to replace the word city with the current city we're working on. Of course, this would be Concord. So that'll say Concord Rug Cleaning, Concord Rug Cleaners, Concord Rug Cleaning Cleans. And of course, you'll change it here wherever it says city, and so on. While we're here, we probably need to put in some license keys. One of them is the SEO Zen. Let's see if we can find where that is. We may have to put that in because I don't know if it brings it over or not. Okay, there's SEO Zen. We need to activate that. Now it's going to ask for a license key. We'll come over here, click on that. Wow, it didn't ask for one. This is what you should see after you put in a license key if you do need to put one in. And we'll fill this information in a little bit later. Something I want to point out, when you're looking at the plugins thing here, if you see a number next to it, I believe what that means is there are two plugins that need updated, or if it has a 1, it'll say there's one plugin is updated, or if there's like a 4, it says 4 plugins need updated. So what we would do, again, we come over here and we'd update. We'll go back to the plugins page. We'll look for the last one. We always want to make sure that the newest plugin is updated. Okay, now that we have the skeleton ready, now we got to put on the skin and the hair and the eyes and the clothes and everything. So now it's time to bring the site to where it needs to be as far as getting all the information in it that we need. So let's start with city rug cleaning. City rug cleaning, because the site is about rug cleaning, that's going to be the home page. Usually a lot of websites have a link that says home, so you can click on the home page. The problem with that is you can't rank the word home page for a certain niche, and so that's why we call our home page this. And so we need to change all the information here, so we'll start with the home page. And so now we have city rug cleaning. Now we're going to change it to Concord, because that is the city we're working on. Go ahead and update just so you won't have to accidentally lose your information. And now what we want to work on, you don't have to do them in this order, but you might as well, just to kind of have a step-by-step process to do. These pictures that are here need to have information changed. Where it says Rug Cleaning Pros, you won't change that. Rug Cleaners Professionals and Rug Cleaner Pros, you're not going to change those wordings, but there's something on them you're going to change. And so watch what happens when I put my cursor over there. It says Rug Cleaning Pros, and as you'll see it says address, city, state, zip code, phone, and then the number sign. That's the stuff you're going to change. So we need to left click on it and click on that little icon right there. And we're going to take this information here and change that information. And where we get that information is our master logins. I'll go looking for Concord. Here's Rug Cleaning Concord. And as you can see, that information isn't here. Normally it is, well, not normally, but before I had somebody go get all the information and put it in there so later it wouldn't have to be done. The reason this person didn't get this done is they weren't sure what state Concord was in. So fortunately it's not showing there, so I'm going to show you how to find the information that we need for right here. Now, it's very important, if you're not sure what state this is in, that you ask. And also, if you're working on another niche and you're wondering about the information, like what state it's in, like if you're working on, say, the divorce niche and you're looking for Concord, you could come over here and see what state it was in. Like right now, Cincinnati. Cincinnati is in Ohio. It's a major city in Ohio. So here's how we're going to find out the address information that we want to use for Concord. Actually, I'm not going to show how to do that here. That's already been done in the video. But if you were to look into the instructions on creating a site, then look for on-page SEO Phase 2. That's what we have it under as of the time of this recording. It may have changed by now, so we'll try and let you know what it is, if it's different. Okay, I had shut this off and went and found a good address to use, as you'll know how to do. So when I'm in the Concord one, here's our address here. Unfortunately, I didn't get a dang zip code, so now I gotta go back in there and do that, but let's put that in. Let me go get a zip code. I'm gonna pause, I'll come back. Okay, I'm back. Here's the zip code. Now we need to put phone number, and we're going to use the generic one right now. And again, the reason we're using the generic one is because we're just now getting this site up, and we don't want to use a real phone number. Now we may change the generic phone number to a phone number that is real similar to the area we have, like right here. Here's that address. We may use the number 925746 and then just change the last 4 digits up, just so it looks like that's in that area. We may do that, and if so, I'll let you know, but for now, just do the generic version. Now it's real important that you copy all that right there, because you're going to need it. I don't know what that's for. You're going to need it for those other pictures. So I'm going to right click, copy it. I'm going to update that. Put my cursor on there. As you can see that it is now changed. We'll do the same thing over here. Update. And the last picture. Update. Okay, we'll update all those. For some reason it's wanting me to check back in, probably because it was just sitting there for too long. Okay, that's probably good that happened, because now we need to go back in and see if that changed. So we're going to go to the pages. Concord Rug Cleaning, that of course is the home page. There's our pictures. See, that didn't change. So we need to go back in here and do that again. Update. Okay, I'm going to stop this and update it because you already know what to do, and I'll be right back. Okay, that's all done there. Let's see what we need to do next. Now what we need to do is where the purple text is, purple pink, we need to put in our information. And again, you're going to leave the phone number the way it is. We still want to leave it that color because when we go back and change it, it will be easy to find because it sticks out because of the color. So right here, this is now going to be Concord. Okay, that'll be Concord. And now we want to put that back to the regular color. That we'll be using. I'm going to change this. Concord. Put that back to our regular color. And down here. Go ahead and update so that stays current. It's a good idea to, after you make several changes, like go and update, because if you do a ton of updates and then you click update and all of a sudden you see where you have to check back in with the admin and everything, you've just lost all your work that you did. And plus it's hard to track, you know, to go back over what you need to do that you already did but maybe missed. So if I were you, I would update that every so often. I'm going to double check and make sure my citations are stuck there. That's good. That's good. Now let's go ahead and take care of the address, city, state, and all that. Again, I have it right here. So I'm going to copy that information. Put it right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and center it. I'm going to get rid of that camera, or not camera, that comma. Now I need to put in the zip code, which was, I better go put that back into the master sheet so I can quit having to redo that all the time. Okay, now we want, see how that's kind of a light gray like that? When I highlight that, this is the color it is up here, which I think is right around that one. So I want it to be the same color. Let's see if that's the same color. Yeah, the same color. And paragraph. Okay. This is bolded right here, as you can see. We want to leave that bolded, but we don't want to bold this here. Now here's the phone number. We're going to leave that. So it's okay to have a space in between these, like it is here. So if you have that space, just leave it like that. That's fine. Now here it says, here put in citation information, which is the main city, which of course is Concord, surrounding cities and all zip codes, and use the gray font like the road cleaning pros above. And what that means is this gray font here, the gray color. So what are the citations? The citations, remember I told you at the beginning of the video, we're using HoustonRugCleaning.net as a site to model after, and we're looking for the same kind of look and feel. The citations are all of these right here. And so because this is in Houston, Houston will be our very first town. And then we get all the surrounding cities around Houston within a 30-mile radius. And there's a video showing how to do this, and again, that's on the instructions at the on-page SEO phase 2, I believe. And once you get all this, and you'll see how to do all of that, then you need to put it in just like this, where it's centered, and it has the zip codes. Now here's something that can save you a lot of time. Once these are found, they'll be on a website somewhere, and on one of our sites, all you have to do is go to the website and you can just copy what's already there. You do not have to refine them. So let's say we were working on Houston divorced lawyers. We can go to the Houston Rug Cleaning and use all this information right here, because it's going to be the same thing. So you won't have to go look it up. You can just go right to the site, copy that, right click, and come over there and paste. But we're not doing Houston right now, we're doing this one. So I have to come up with it from scratch, and so I'm not going to do that right now, but just assume that it's already been done, and then again, what you want it to look like is just like that. Okay, I went ahead and got those and put those in because one thing you need to know is sometimes when you put it in, it's going to create a bad formatting. Although it's centered, you can see the lines that are between them, and I don't know why it does that. So what you need to do is just go back through and set it up right. So I just put my cursor in front of like that line right there, and I hit backspace until it looks right. And I keep doing that. I'm going to pause this because you don't need to keep watching through the whole thing. Now that I've got that correctly formatted, I'm going to go back through and copy that, and I'm going to put it back in here so that won't have to be redone later. So I'll save that. But actually I could also come to this website when I do another niche in Concord. I could just simply copy that like I showed you earlier. So I'm going to update that. Oh, it did it to us again. Hopefully that formatting was saved. Okay, I just logged back in and there it was, and it is not saved. So whenever you leave working here, it's like after 5 or 10 minutes or whatever the time span is, it logs you out. So I need to go back into master logins, get the Concord address, put that in. So I'm going to do all this, and you won't need to rewatch it. One thing I want you to make note of, in the master file here, as you can see, there's a comma after the address and right before the city. And when we put that over here, you don't want to put a comma right there. Get rid of that comma. We don't need that. Okay, I just put that in. I'm going to update to make sure the changes stick. And everything looks good. Before I put this text in here, I guess I'll come down here and I want to fix this stuff. Notice how this says Houston here. We want to change this to Concord. And actually this will say city. It's just something that hadn't been changed in the generic site yet. Come down here and change that. Nothing more, it's a city there. We need to change this to, actually I should not have said city, that's actually supposed to be Concord, because that's the site we're working on. This should have a space here, that's already been corrected on the generic site. Concord Road Cleaners and everything else does not have a city, so let's update that. Okay, all this down below here, that should be changed. Okay, update. Okay, I believe the last thing to change in here is going to be the text here. Now, as you can see, for the Houston site, got all this text here. So what we're going to do is I'll show you in a second where those articles are going to be. But we'll take that whole article, we will paste it into here, and then you're going to have to move this around and this part around to get in there. I might also note that you'll see in the Houston site here, there's a video down here that in the generic one there is not. It's because we've since changed what we're doing, and so don't worry about putting the video in the generic, into the target sites from the generic version unless further notified. So where do we get the articles and the silo articles for the target sites? When we go to Dropbox, we're going to look in articles, and then we look for the niche. In this case it's rug cleaning, and the silo articles are going to be here. Now, as you can see, this says rug silo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our article writer is creating articles for the silos. And just to refresh your memory, the silos are the pages that are related to the niche. And so carpet cleaning is related to rug cleaning. Oriental, Persian, and area rugs, that's a silo. So they're pages, but they're called silo pages because they're related. So if I click on, let's say, Rug Silos 1, the reason this says Rug Silos 1 and this one says Rug Silos 1 is this is a zipped folder. This is the same thing, but it's unzipped. And probably I need to create a new folder here that says used silo articles. So what that means is whenever we're done using one of the silos, like right here, once we've uploaded these silos articles, we need to move this folder into the used silo articles folder. That way we know not to reuse them, because we don't want to reuse them. And I think what I'm going to do is have my article writer, once he puts the zip files here, he can extract them, and then he can delete the zip files, and then all will be left are these, so that there's no confusion. Now there's also the home articles. Here's a home page article right here. Now the reason those are separated is I did not tell him to do the home page articles with the silos, but now he knows to do it with the home page articles. And so hopefully, and what should and will happen is once these are extracted and you have a folder like this, you will see one that'll say home page article or something like that. You'll know it's for the home page. Okay? So I'm going to have the article writer go back through and put all the home page articles in these so that there's no confusion. But right now that's why you don't see them. So we'll pretend for a minute that it's there. I'm going to use this home page article just for demonstration so you can see what we need to do. I'm not going to use this article because this article already exists on one of the other websites. But here's what we need to do. Because this says city, I'm going to hit Control H. And I'm not sure why that's not. It's not finding what I want. Oh, I know, my computer's stopped for a minute. Maybe it'll. For some reason, this isn't letting me do Control H, because when you do Control H, you can have it find something and replace it with something. So, what I was going to do is have it find anywhere it said city and replace that with Concord, but normally you can do that, but right now I can't, so I'll just manually do it. I just got it to come up. In this instance, I hit Control F, and it shows the find and replace, so that's good. So I'm going to have it find city, and I'm going to replace with Concord. Let's and replace all. So search key not found, it only found one, which is actually about right. But just in case, let's click find and see if it finds it. Okay, sometimes I just don't trust these things. So now I'm going to select the entire thing. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to come over here. Now notice, right here it says Concord rug cleaning. And my thing here says Concord rug cleaning. So what I really need to do is copy it from there all the way down. And the dumb thing isn't doing it. There we go. Put that right there. It'll probably kind of create a mess. Actually, let me undo that. I don't want it to do that, and I'll explain why here in just a second. I'm going to, I want to make sure that's not saved, so I'm going to get out of there without saving anything, and I'll show you why here in a minute. Let's go back to here. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all this text because I'll have to anyway. Now the reason I didn't want it to do all that is because I went ahead and pasted in there everything from the open office. And the problem with that is this already has formatting in it, and when you copy all of this, it's going to put the same formatting here, which will screw up the search engine optimization stuff, the on-page optimization. We don't want any formatting. So what we want to do, which is best, is copy this, the homepage article and all the silo articles, put it in Notepad, and now you want to copy that. Sure, select it all, copy it. Putting it in here, there is no formatting because Notepad does no formatting whatsoever. Now we can paste it in there. The only formatting it's doing is the paragraph spacing. So if we look at our pictures, we can see that everything's looking good, except that we still have all this. And again, if we're looking at the Houston thing for our model, we kind of know where pictures need to be. So as you can see, this picture kind of goes with this first paragraph. And let's see how that looks. See, that looks pretty good right there. And then we have this thing right here, the Call Houston Rug Cleaners. So we need to find that first one, which is that right there. Copy that. We want to put that right there. And that's pretty much where this is. Now notice this is all one line. This is on two lines. It's likely because this is such a small area. If this was wider, like all this is here, it'd likely be in one area. Now, I'm going to come down here, Concord Rug Cleaners. Now notice it changed the 5s to the blacks. We better change it back to the purple because we want to be sure and change it so it'll stand out. Let's go ahead and update that. Okay, now let's see where that second picture is. It's kind of just below here, and the top of the picture is right across from like the first sentence. So let's go find that second picture. And let's see if we can move it up. So we're just going to left click on it and move it up. We just have to keep moving it up like that, unless you know a better way, and I don't. Okay, that's looking good. That's kind of the same spot as it was before. So let's click update. Let's see what that third picture is. Third picture is, it doesn't have to be exactly, you know, where this one is. In fact, it could be down farther if we wanted to, but kind of in that vicinity. This one says it's across from the according to Environmental Protection Agency, so let's see kind of where the okay, there's the Environmental Protection Agency, so we could put it across from there, or maybe a little bit farther, just somewhere right in here. So let's go move that up. I think I'm going to leave it right there, give it a little more spacing. Then we've got our last deal right here we need to move, or actually copy and paste to the bottom. Put that right there. And that made that purple for whatever reason. So I'm going to change it all black except for that. And now I want to get rid of all this part that says text. I want to get that a little closer there so it looks nicer. Let's go see how we're looking over here compared to our model. Okay, that says Rug Cleaning Pro, and there is no phone number after there, but we have one here. Actually, that shouldn't even be there, because this is the same as that. And this here should be a heading number 3. See right there it says heading 2. We need to change that to a 3. And the one above it should be a 2. This one should be a 2. Heading 2, which it is, as you can see. You may or might know this, but when you highlight something, it immediately tells you right here what it is. So watch this as I highlight that, changes that to the heading 2, and it tells you what it is. So we're all good. We'll update. And looks like everything has changed for now. Now what we want to do is view the page, because that's where we'll see where our formatting really needs fixed. Looking good so far. Okay, look at right here, because you used the wrong CL cleaning solution. That's not good. And the reason it does that is when you move these pictures around, it for some reason sort of puts itself in between the words. I don't know why that is. So we have to adjust that, and this is kind of tricky. So I'm going to hit the back arrow. Let me look at that again. This is what it looks like now. Okay, that's on that second picture. So let's go to the second picture. And that was at the words, because you used the wrong cleaning solutions. Okay, there it is right there, the wrong cleaning solutions. So I wonder what would happen if I hit enter here. Now, this is something that drives me crazy. I don't know if this will do it or not, but if I hit enter, I'm thinking it'll take the CL and put it down here in front of the EA-N-I-N-G and complete the word cleaning. Sometimes it goes and puts it in here for some reason. So let's see if it does or not. Okay, that's what happened. It created a space. Now I'm thinking I could put my cursor there and hit the back arrow and bring the words together. And again, at times when I've done that, it'll set the wording in here for some reason. If that ever happens, you can undo it by clicking undo here, which is actually this one right here. So let's try it and see what it does. See, it did it right there. It put it all in there. Maybe you know why it does that, but I don't. So I'm going to undo that. I'm going to put this back where it was. And then I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Let's try that and see how that looks. Okay, that looks good. There's no words that are cut in half, and it's all looking alright so far. So that's good to there. No words cut in half here. But right here, it's cut in half. It says possibility of mold growing. That should all be one sentence. So let's find that. There it is right there. So that will come together. It appears that you can scroll through here and see the problems for that too, so I can go ahead and fix it while I'm here. Click update. I'm going to relook at that. Okay, now it shows the word is still separated, so we gotta go back there and fix it, even though we moved the picture. There it is right there. That might have created a problem. So we might see H-E-L-T without an H by it. So we'll take a look at that. Yep. So we need to fix that. Now, can I hit the backspace and put that in there? No. So I'm going to undo that. I can make that a little bigger. Okay, that looks good. It's not messed any of the wording up. But we need to fix this here, and that might mess something up again down here now that everything's moved. Let's update that and take a look. Okay, now those pictures are just too darn close together, so let's move that last one down. See what that looks like. Okay, screw that up right there. Let's move that a little farther. Put that up. See if I can get the mold to go in there. But this is going to go right into that description for some reason. Okay, that didn't. This needs fixed, and now that we fixed that, I might have screwed something up down here, which is driving me crazy. I think we're alright. Now right here it says in precipitous weather is highly likely blah blah blah. Let's see if we can make that look a little better. It is maybe that's what we need to do, is just type stuff. Might be a faster way to fix that. Precipitous weather, it is highly likely. Okay. One other thing I want you to do is look for areas to kind of break up this wording so that it looks nice. So like right here, but why is having clean rugs such an important task? So what we might do there is bold that, and we might bold that because it's sort of by itself. Here are some health benefits that come with clean rugs. So let's take a look at that. Why is that such an important task? What we might do is change that to a heading 4. And that'll be okay. Let's change that to a heading 4. Here's one we need to fix. Let's change that to a heading 4. Let's update that and see what it looks like. See how it breaks that up, and it just kind of looks nicer to read, makes it like it might be easier to read. That's kind of what we're after. Okay, that looks how it needs to look, except right here, this could be fixed, that Bethel Island thing. So there's the Bethel. And what we got to do is just hit our backspace once. Probably space it. I don't know if that'll fix it or not. Okay, that looks better. Everything looks as it should. This took me a while to do this because I haven't done this for quite a while. And after you do probably 2 of these, you're going to zoom through these pretty fast. But it's important that you follow a checklist because you don't want to miss anything. And if you have a checklist and you just do one by one, you'll get it right probably every time. Now that that is done, you would go through and do all the pages just like that. But now you're going to do the silo pages. So if we look at carpet cleaning, you're going to do the exact same thing. However, you're just going to have the article. You are not going to have these things in there. Now it may change later that we add these, but for now we're not going to add them. So on the silo pages, you just put the article, change all the citation information, then all of this down here should be just fine. The only thing you'll need to change eventually is the phone number, and that's all you need to do. So you do that for all the silos. Next, for the contact us, you want to make sure that that has the 555 number, which it does. The service area, I believe I mentioned earlier there was a video on how to get that map, and this map I think think is of Houston. So that needs to be changed. Actually, while I got you in here, I'll just show you how to do that real quick, because we need to change that so we don't forget it. So I'm going to go to Google Maps. Click on Google Maps. I'm going to go back to my target site, and I'm going to get that entire address, not the phone number, just the address, and not the name of the, not the rug cleaning pros. I'm going to put that in there. Click the magnifying glass, come over here and click on this link. I'm going to click on Customize and Preview Embedded Map. I want the large one here. And then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to copy all of this right here. The entire thing. I'm going to right click, copy it. Go back to my edit page. Now I'm going to click on this text tab here. And I want to find where all this map information is here, and it's already right here, and that's the old one, so I want to get rid of that. And I'm going to paste in the code I just copied from this map thing. I'm going to update that. And now that is just exactly how it needs to be. But also remember, you've got to change the citation information on that page as well. So all your pages are going to have citations changed. The silo pages, the home page, the service area page, but I don't believe the other pages are going to have the citation information. Like if we go to Houston and look at our model, if we look at the contact us page, that doesn't have the citation information, just because it doesn't need it. The service area page has the map and the citation information. So if we look at all pages, those are the ones that need it. Now the disclaimer, linking policy, privacy policy, service area in terms of use, testimonials are not going to have the citation information. Okay. Once you get all the pages done, like we just showed you, next go to the all-in-one SEO to the top left, and you'll see this. Wherever it says city, put in the appropriate name, and in this case it's Concord. And come down here and make sure that in the title settings, to take out, you'll see things that say, you may see things that say blog, title. It'll look like that. But since the generic site is already set up, they shouldn't show, but double check it anyway. And so you would get rid of that, and they'll leave it just like that. So all you want is one of these and each one of these. See, there's blog title right there. We want to get rid of that. And those are all set up, and that part is done. Right now I'm in the post page, and you won't do anything in this video with the post. I'll be making another video for that, but like I said earlier, this already has posts in it, but they're all set up with drafts, and if not, they should be, so double check they all say drafts. If they don't say draft, just click on edit, come over here, click Save as Draft. If that says Published already, you can go over here and click on Edit. Let's see, somewhere in there, and then change it to a draft. So make sure they're all a draft. Okay, next, you're going to go to the sliders. Click on Rug Cleaning Pros. And this information that's right here is that's right there, and that should not need any changing. However, when you come over here to do a video, when you put in a video, you're going to go to Slider Options, click on Video, and depending on the video, where it comes from, it could be YouTube or one of these. If it's YouTube, here's how you get the code for it. So let's put in Rug Cleaning Houston. That may show a video. Okay, here's a Houston. So you come down here and you click on Share. Actually, you don't need to do that. You've already got your video URL right up here. So what you only need to do is copy that part right there after the equal sign all the way to the right. Copy it. Come put it over here. I don't know what setting to put that at. If we go to Share, we can find what the settings are. Let's see, Embed. I think if we put it at a 560 to 315, that'll look pretty good. So we want to loop, or see, autoplay the video. That means it'll start automatically when somebody sees that. And then again, the 560 by 315. That's all you need to do there. We'll click Update. Let's see what it looks like over here. Yeah, so that's a good size. Now I'm going to remove this video because that's not the video that's supposed to go on this site. I only showed you what to do if you're going to go to YouTube video. Now you need to know we're going to get away from YouTube videos and use one of these three. I will get you instructions on that when we're ready to go that route. But for now, we should have a Gmail account that can also be a YouTube account, and we can upload a video for that. And that's the video we can use from the YouTube provider to put in there. The reason we're going to get away from the YouTube videos is Google has a nasty habit of banning a YouTube account for some reason, and so we have to redo it. And so we don't want to redo it, so that's why we're going to do something different here. Okay, once you're done with that, the next thing you go to is Appearance, and then let's go to Widgets. And we need to take, what I'm looking for, which I don't see, is this thing right here that should be in this area right here, which it's not. And it's a plugin widget, so I need to go to plugin and see if it's activated. And it is called this right here, the Call Zoo Email Lead Tracker, so I need to activate it. So I didn't activate it at first when I should have, apparently. Now let's go back to appearance and widgets. Lead tracker, there it is right there, that's what we're looking for. So if you left click on this and hold it down, slide this over, and you have that. In the title you want to put can't call question mark. Contact us here and we'll, let's see, fill in form and we'll contact you. And the reason you want to do that, that's where they'll say that right there. So we'll click save. I'm going to lessen that now. Now we want to put the RS testimonials. I don't know why this form thing is there. We're never going to use that, but we want the RS testimonials. So left click and hold it down. We'll scoot it up here. And title. See where it says RS testimonials here? That should have been changed. And unless you change the title right here, it's going to say RS testimonials. So what we want it to say is read what our customers are saying. Save. Now let's see if that shows up. There it is, can't call, fill in form will contact you. Read what our customers are saying. Nice work, that's all done there, that's good. Now notice that this form, I was going to say this form is not the same color as the site, but it is, and that should be all set, of course, from the generic site. Should be done with that one. Now we need to look at footer 2, which is the site map. And if we go to our model site at Houston Rug Cleaning, here's our site map, and this is what this will produce. So we're going to want contact us, Houston Rug Cleaning Service Area. So as you can see, this has the Houston Rug Cleaning thing in here. We want to go up here and just after the .net or the .com or whatever it is, copy that and put it right there. So you want to make sure and replace that exact URL, but see the quotes to the left, you don't want to do anything with those, you want those to stay there. So if I paste that in, it creates that, and I also need to fix it here, and I need to fix it here, and let's save that, and let's go see if that is as it should be. Okay, that says Houston Rug Cleaning, and we're in Concord, so I didn't finish something that I should have. Oh, there it is right there, Houston. So I want to change it to Concord. Okay, next thing we're going to work on is this right here. That's in those widgets also. So that widget's done. Contact details. Rug Cleaning Pros, we're going to leave that exactly as it is. So the address goes here. So we want to go back and we can just copy that address from up here if we want. So I'll copy that. Save, and again, you know why we're not putting the phone number there, because we don't have it ranking yet. So let's see how it looks. Rug Cleaning Pros, Buskirk Avenue, Pleasant Hill, California, etc. Okay. You know, something I just noticed. This is Concord. That's the city this is in. This right here says Pleasant Hill. We really want that to say Concord. So we're going to want to go back to that virtual office thing and find an address that says Concord, if we can, because that needs to match this. That is really important. So keep that in mind. So for now, I'm just going to save that. And that would also have to be changed here. In fact, this whole entire address probably have to be changed. We look over here. So anything, see things as Pleasant Hill. So that's something that I missed, but it's something that's real important. Footer 3. This is already set to go. You can leave that just as that's going to be, because what's going to happen is it'll say, it's going to say, oh, actually this does need to be changed. That's going to be Concord. I'm going to need to change that. Anyway, it'll be like over here on our model site. It'll say Concord, Rug Cleaning News, whatever, and then it'll have links to the posts that are made. And let's see, I think that's all we need to do there. Let's go look at the menus. If we look here at the menus, I believe they're all done already. Select that. You notice that says Concord cleaning and all that stuff. Right now, if I click on this Rug Cleaning Houston, select that, it's going to show me this. I'm going to eliminate that out of the generic site so that doesn't happen anymore, and then that should be good to go. Okay, we are done with the appearance thing for now. Check plugins real quick. But I can see up to this point the plugins are fine. Settings, these are some things we need to look at here. When you go to settings, and your first one is general, the site title is going to be Rug Cleaning Concord. That's what you're going to put. Right here, this is extremely important. This needs to be changed to www. The reason is every time we set up a website, it should be set up as www. So when we set up the WordPress site, always try and get it set up like that. But if we can't, then you're able to change it here as the www. Admin stuff, this goes to an account I have set up so I can be alerted of things. And just click Save Changes. Okay, that's took us out for some reason. Okay, I'm back in. Let's go back to the settings and take a look at that, see if that's stuck. Okay, that's good. Now when you change this to the www, Google considers it a whole other site if it's other than the www. So that's probably why it blocked us out, and we have to come back in. But everything else will still be okay, all these changes that you made. And I think that's all we need to do in there. Let's go look at the writing. everything to make sure the static, this is always supposed to be chosen, which it should be from the generic site, from the static page. The front page will always be the home page, which is the city name plus the niche. We always want this ticked, and it should be ticked when you copy it over. And when we want the site to go live, then we have to come back in here and untick this, and we'll click Save Changes. And I believe that's all that gets changed there. Permalinks is one that you want to double check. Shouldn't have to change anything, but should always say this right here: /% post name %/ /. If it doesn't, make sure and change it there. IQ block country. This is brand new to me, and I've not used this, but don't worry about that right now until later when I figure out what we need to do. Email lead tracker. That is this thing right here. So this needs to be set in a certain way. For right now, it's going to say where the leads will be sent to Greenco Wymo. This is my email address. However, once we are ranking well in a city and we're selling the leads to a business, we're going to change this to their email account. So that will go change there. This should always be gold unless you're told otherwise. This will always be the 555 until I get a number to put in here. And remember, when we're replacing the 555 numbers with a certain number, you'll also replace it here. Everything else, I believe, is okay, and this is what it'll look like. And here's something else we need to change right here. This is a free lead from. So what we're going to do is go here and copy the URL. Put that in there. And it tells, when people get an email, it tells them what this is about. And once we get a client signed up, we're going to come back in here and take out the words free lead. Or actually free, we'll just say this is a lead from. Actually, we're going to take out that whole thing. So we'll remove that part I just highlighted and take out the word free, and it'll say this is a lead from. And we'll also remove the word free here, because once we get them signed up, they will not be free. And we can generally choose which one of these widgets we want by clicking that or that, and let's just stick with that arrow there. And then everything's done. We're going to click Save Changes. Now if we go to Advanced Options, I guess that's where we already are. What do we do in the General Options? Okay, let's look at the anti-spam. That's new to me, and I'm not sure what to do with that, so we'll just leave that for right now. This login security solution. Let me take a look at this. I'm going to pause this and I'll come back and tell you what we need to do. Okay, I just went through this and kind of made some changes. You can see this, I think this was set at 120, which I set that to, and this was set at 5, and I set this one at 8. All notifications must go to Greenco Ymail. And I think the rest of these were just a default. period, so you can click Save Changes. XML sitemap. We'll leave that the same. And that's going to be it for this video. The next video, or the next one or two videos, whatever it is, we're going to show how to set up SEO Zen. And I'm not sure what else, but that's the next thing that the next video will be on. And if you have any questions, be sure to ask.